Even at a big meet or a Grand Prix, Eddie's door is wide open and anybody can go in there. And he just seems to have this great sense of humor. Talk about how important that is to the culture there.
It's very important because he puts himself, I used the word unassuming earlier, and that is what he projects out there, is that he might secretly have an ego that gets stroked by everything that happens. He's not putting that out in the world. You know, we win NCs in 2010 and we come back and he's just really proud of us that we all got better and went best times at the meet. That's what it was about. And he was proud that we experienced that for ourselves. I think a couple good examples of his humor, him and Chris really, I think one of the things that comes with experience, and this is something that I've tried to work on in my own life that I think I'm pretty good at now. As people have experience and experience success and experience these really cool situations in their life, they know how to make the special moments truly special for other people. For example, 2010 NCAAs, we had a lot of pressure on ourselves. 2009, and I don't expect people to understand deep college swimming lore, but in 2009, Texas won in very disappointing fashion when Auburn rallied around Richard Quick on the men's side, being diagnosed with an inoperable brain tumor, and won when they were supposed to get like 5th. And the Texas team had been favored very heavily. So 3 classes on this team in 2010 had been on the receiving end of that. And the meet was in the state of Texas. So it was a lot of like pressure, and we felt a lot of pressure. And a week out of the meet, Eddie made a deal with us that if we went, X on a pace day, he would throw on a full body laser and do some breaststroke. Little known, well, not little known, everybody knows everything about Eddie. He was the 200 breaststroke record holder when he was at Florida on some level. I don't know if it was NCAA or SEC. And he set the 100 record going down the 200. So he was going to show us some of his breaststroke. So a week out of the meet, he comes into the locker room wearing his laser and a pair of sweatpants. And he's like waving at everybody like, hey. And we're all going nuts, losing it. And he does that before practice. And it just completely pops the tension balloon. Another time when we were deep in summer training, getting our butts kicked, and we feel this building pressure about nationals, there was this, Jackson Wilcox, who was kind of our vocal leader around this time period for a couple of years. He's like, everybody, when we get to the wall in the next one, everyone drop down underwater and just stay there. Don't worry about missing the interval. Everybody just stay underwater for as long as you can. Now, the ego coach, myself included, I might have gotten annoyed about this, right? You might get annoyed, like, guys, we're trying to get stuff done here. Nationals is coming up. Eddie jumped in the pool while we were underwater. It was like, and we guess what? We got up, we all went nuts, and we worked our butts off the rest of practice. So,
and then how long, how much longer and for how many years are you going to tell that story?
For a long time. And that's what I mean about making the special moments special. I think it's really important to pull our heads out of the weeds. I really think that 3% special is as important as the 97% nuts and bolts. I focus a lot on that 3% these days, both as a coach and as an athlete. And it's something that I started developing when I was especially at Texas. And I think Eddie's influence was a big part of that.
One thing all coaches should hear, and I'm going to write this down, is learn how to make the special moments special. Mm-hmm. Figure out
in their way. Remember,
yes.
Camp is for the campers.
Yes. And what a thing to try to learn to realize and have recognition of when something is special between the athletes, and we need to highlight this.